Hey, we're back on My Conversation. I'm Austin Reed. Thanks for sticking around. We have another great interview that we want to get to right now. My studio audience, give it up for my next guest. This is Dave Crosby from Danceworks DJs in Fresno. Dave, good to meet you.
Real pleasure, Austin. Thanks for getting
coming
me here.
on. Yeah, I love your shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Can't go wrong with some Elvis Presley.
Hard Rock Cafe, Singapore.
Singapore?
Yeah. There was a time when I traveled around quite a bit, so.
And so you got it in Singapore?
Yeah.
Very
I
nice.
have cafe shirts from Beirut, Buenos Aires, all over the world.
All over the world. You look like a DJ.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I love your attire. I love that watch too.
Thank you.
Snazzy.
I'll tell you, I've been a DJ for a long time, but been in music commercially even longer. I started my first band when I was a junior in high school, and worked my way all the way through college, about 10 years of college. I have a bachelor's and 2 master's degrees, so it took me quite a while and gave me a lot of opportunity to play in the bands, and earned a lot of money that way, and supported myself, got a lot of equipment, and gradually moved into playing and singing in fine restaurants and country clubs, places like that, as a singer and guitarist. And then about 20 years ago, moved into DJing when it became popular. And the rest is history. I've been loving DJing. There's an old Spanish saying, un mundo sin música es un mundo sin alma, which means a world without music is a world without soul. And
So true.
I have just, I had a banking and finance career. That was my living. Music is my life. Love music. And
so you're passionate.
oh yeah,
about what you do.
DJing.
Weddings, reunions, I mean, you name it. Parties.
Last week I did a belated Valentine's party for a rehab center out west of Fresno. This weekend I've got a great daddy-daughter dance for an elementary school in Clovis.
I love these pictures we're looking at too.
Oh yeah.
You sent those in, and our producer Megan put them together. That's
Yeah,
great.
that
There
shows
you
me
are
working.
having fun.
That shows me working country western gigs, pool parties. Probably the thing that I do most, that is more than any other single kind of event, is weddings. So I think some DJs may not like weddings because they're a lot of work. But for me, there's just no greater reward.
Do you also MC it as well? I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
Keep the crowd going and pumped up. And
Yeah, and usually, as long as it's okay with the bride and groom, which it usually is, they like to keep me moving along a schedule. They'll give me a timeline. So this is when the dinner happens, this is when the cake cutting, and then the bouquet toss and the garter toss and the money dance and all the things that happen.
Sure.
If you don't watch it, one thing that can be bad with weddings is time can get out of control because everybody is loving
They're
the
dancing, they're
event.
having fun.
And so, yeah, I work a little emceeing there to keep people kind of on track. Again, as long as the bride and groom want it. Now, once in a while, the bride and groom will say, no, we're just going to go until midnight, 1 o'clock, and we're just, till people are gone. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it, But
So what's the latest you've ever worked? on a wedding?
well, the clubs. Occasionally,
Okay,
I'll do
sure.
a club gig, and it'll go till 1:30, 2 in the morning. But
Nice.
I'm kind of a night owl.
Uh-huh.
I work on music constantly, and
So you're picking new music. I mean, so you do everything from 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s,
All the decades.
90s, today.
all the decades, country
Pop,
music,
country,
pop,
Hip hop.
hip hop, yeah, all that stuff, Latino, I got all that
Dance.
music. I carry a minimum of 20,000 songs to every gig,
Holy moly.
sometimes more than that. But yeah, so, and it only takes, for a 4-hour gig, it only takes about 70, 80 songs, so I don't run out.
And I'm sure you get a lot of requests as well. Right?
Requests
I
are
mean,
great. I love doing requests. In the old days, I couldn't meet them all. I didn't have the library, but I just keep, I put in probably 200, 250 songs every month, some old, some new, and I keep the library continually current. And so now I hardly ever get stumped. Maybe once or twice a night somebody will, but then you know what I do?
Huh.
Write it down and go pick it up on the web.
Exactly.
I belong to
Exactly.
Rhapsody, iTunes, Amazon.
So
you
you'll
know,
find it.
and I can find just about anything out there. So yeah, and that's important for weddings too.
Sure.
I meet with my bride and groom. A lot of times it'll go on for a couple of hours because we got to talk about all the agenda that I was just talking about, and especially the music. There's a lot of specialty music with weddings. You got the processional, the recessional, the daddy-daughter dance, the mother-son dance, and you know, all the maybe the bride wants her bridesmaid and the groomsmen, all those folks, the wedding party to dance and have a special song. Got to make sure that you have the song that they actually want. And while I have an amazing library of music, I realized a long time ago that I'll never have every song. So I always need to meet with the bride and groom,
That's
make
good.
sure that I've got all those critical songs for the wedding.
On top of that, what else makes you different compared to other DJs in the Central San Joaquin Valley?
I'd say, not to repeat myself, but I'd say attention to detail is one thing. I make sure that I not only have a broad collection of music, but I make sure that I not only have the music that my customer likes, I keep from playing the music that they don't like. And you have to ask,
So you take notes.
what music don't you like? And you know what people always say? 100% of the time, I love everything. I love everything. They always say that. And so I press them.
Okay.
I didn't used to press them. And then I ran into some landmines, you know. I'd play songs and they didn't like. So I'll say, well, so it's okay if I play some Willie Nelson? And they'll say, what? No, wait a minute. Or of course, a lot of people like Willie Nelson. They may say yes. So they say yes. I say, well, so how about Britney Spears? How about YMCA? And there are certain songs and artists that kind of polarize people. And they either love them or they really hate them. And that'll get people talking about, well, yeah, maybe I don't love everything. And I find out what kind of music they would rather not have at their event.
Very important.
Attention to detail.
Attention to detail.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. Are you looking for business right now?
Absolutely, all the time.
How does somebody get a hold of you?
Well, I think that our director has been showing my phone number, but I've got a great website. It's danceworksdjs.com, and you can contact me through that. Phone number is 559-797-2090, and email crosbydave@comcast.net. And there it is.
Dave Crosby, good to meet you.
Thank you so much,
Next
Austin.
time when you come on My Conversation,
I'll bring some music.
there you go. We'll dance. You're watching My Conversation. Studio audience, give it up again for Dave Crosby, Danceworks DJs.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Final word after this.